Okay, have you ever met someone who is simultaneously a rock-solid foundation, yet also a wild, restless adventurer? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to this explainer, where we're going to completely decode the dynamic, freedom-loving personality blueprint of those born on April 25th. If you, or maybe someone you know, was born on this day, you are about to discover a genuinely fascinating cosmic profile. We're going to break down exactly what makes the April 25th individual tick, diving deep into their psychology, their most intense relationship needs, and their completely unique financial destiny. So, think about it. What actually happens when the Zodiac's absolute most stable sign suddenly craves wild adventure? That right there is the core paradox of the April 25th personality. You've got a deeply grounded earth sign that literally refuses to be tied down. I mean, usually we think of earth signs as these total homebodies who love predictable routines, right? But the April 25th individual, they flip that script entirely, creating this incredibly compelling magnetic energy. All right, Section 1. Meet the grounded explorer. To really understand these folks, we have to look at their cosmic building blocks. People born on April 25th fall under the sign of Taurus. Naturally, this brings this immense desire for stability, beauty, persistence, and material security. And they're ruled by Venus, the planet of love, comfort, and, pleasure. But here is the really fascinating twist. April 25th happens during a very specific, stabilizing phase of the sun's journey right after the vernal equinox. So, while they definitely have all that Venus-ruled love for absolute comfort, this astronomical phase actively pushes them to grow through new, wild experiences. They are a much, much more adaptable and curious version of your standard Taurus. It's a classic yes-and situation. You have that traditional Taurus energy where they are fiercely protective of their security and deep roots, but it's paired perfectly with their numerology. See, since 2 + 5 = 7, their birth date reduces down to the number 7. And the number 7, it represents deep introspection, spirituality, and a super independent inner world. So they're fiercely protective of their comfort, but simultaneously drawn to universal truths and knowledge. It's just an amazing combination. So we call them the grounded seekers. They're quiet explorers, philosophical builders. Because they have such incredibly strong roots, they're actually able to grow these wonderfully adventurous branches. These are the kinds of people who absolutely want a beautiful, highly comfortable home, but they want it filled with quirky artifacts from their world travels and obscure books about the mysteries of the universe. Moving right along to Section 2, Core Traits and Inner World. The contrast in their everyday core traits is pretty wild when you think about it. If you're a friend or a coworker, you're going to see someone who is highly reliable, emotionally composed, and super patient. I mean, you can depend on an April 25th person without question. But, and this is a big but, beneath the surface, they are constantly wrestling with this inner restlessness, heavy overthinking, and a really distinct emotional reserve. Because they're constantly trying to balance that need for security with a massive craving for freedom, they can sometimes resist sudden changes or disruptions, even if, secretly, they actually wanted things to shake up. So, the crucial takeaway for their personal growth, it's learning how to harmonize that love for change with their deep need for solid ground. Their ultimate life lesson is to realize that exploring the world, whether that's physically flying across the globe or intellectually diving into a new philosophy, doesn't mean they're going to lose their stability. They literally just have to give themselves permission to roam without that underlying fear holding them back. Let's dive into Section 3, Love and Zodiac Matches. Because wow, this is where their complex nature really comes out to play. In love, the April 25th individual is deeply sensual, intensely loyal, and incredibly thoughtful, mostly thanks to that Venus rulership. However, what they absolutely require, and this is a deal breaker, is freedom within commitment. They're highly selective, they keep their emotions very private until a really deep, rock-solid emotional trust is established. Honestly, if a partner tries to put them in a cage, even a beautiful gilded one, they will pull away instantly. They need someone who respects their fierce independence just as much as their loyalty. Let's actually slow down here and look at their specific zodiac matches, because the dynamics are just fascinating. Virgo and Capricorn, they're fellow earth signs, so they instinctively understand the April 25th's need for a rock-solid foundation, which creates instant practical trust. Then you have Pisces, which brings out that number 7 spiritual side, offering deep empathy and boundless imagination. And Scorpio, their opposite sign, provides this magnetic, intense emotional depth that challenges them in literally the best possible way. These specific matches work because they offer absolute security without ever making the April 25th individual feel restricted. They act as a safe harbor for the grounded explorer's ship. But, it isn't always smooth sailing. Their absolute biggest relationship hurdle is balancing closeness with their need for space. Because of that number 7 numerology we talked about, they can naturally default to emotional distance. They have a really hard time opening up fully because their inner world is just so complex and so private. It truly takes a very patient, understanding partner to help them lower those walls and show their true vulnerability. All right, section 4, wealth, work, and finances. How exactly does this energy play out in their bank accounts? Let's take a look. When you look at their financial mindset, it's a bit of a tug of war. On one hand, they are highly disciplined, strategic, long-term planners who intrinsically know how to build wealth. They're great at the long game. Yet, they experience this constant battle, a really conservative hesitation around financial risk, fighting against a burning desire to spend big on travel, comfort, and world-expanding experiences. Actually, it's pretty common for them to save diligently for months and months just to completely fund a month-long trip to some exotic location. It's an ongoing push and pull between securing the future and truly experiencing life right now. Because of this super unique blend of stability and curiosity, they naturally gravitate toward fields like research, analysis, business consulting, and finance. Those areas satisfy their methodical, earthy side. Meanwhile, industries like travel, tourism, writing, and education feed their inner explorer perfectly. But here's the thing. What really matters to the April 25th individual isn't just the field, it's the work style. They excel wherever they can work independently, maintain their autonomy, and blend stability with intellectual discovery. Seriously, don't micromanage them, and they will produce incredible results for you. So what's the ultimate financial advice for them? We always remind these folks that they thrive best with long-term investments paired with flexible planning. Yes, definitely build those strong financial foundations. Invest in real estate, index funds, reliable assets. But please, don't hoard your wealth at the expense of actually living. Invest in the experiences that expand your mind and enrich your spirit. For an April 25th person, a plane ticket or masterclass is just as valid an investment as a stock portfolio. Okay, bringing it all home with Section 5, Lucky Symbols and Final Insight. Let's rapid fire through their cosmic signatures. Their lucky numbers are 7, 16, and 25, all directly tied back to that insightful numerology we discussed. Their power colors are deeply grounding, forest green, silver, and earth brown. Best days of the week, Friday and Monday. And interestingly, while they are definitely an earth element, they have a remarkably strong reflective water influence. That water softens their rigid edges, allowing them to adapt seamlessly, all ruled beautifully by the planet Venus. Now, if you're looking for physical talismans, 3 crystals really stand out for this birthday. Jade brings them the luck and protection they crave for that baseline security. Amethyst taps directly into their number 7 numerology, massive for enhancing their wisdom and deep intuition. And emerald, perfectly tied to Venus and Taurus, brings profound prosperity and love. These stones hit the nail on the head, aligning perfectly with their need for both material success and deep spiritual meaning. I absolutely love this affirmation for them, as it truly captures the essence of their entire journey. I am grounded, wise, and open to new experiences. I balance stability with freedom and growth. I trust my path and inner wisdom. Repeating this helps the April 25th individual manifest both their inner and outer abundance. It's a daily reminder that they don't have to choose between a safe harbor and the open ocean. They can literally have both. Ultimately, people born on April 25th are here to be stable visionaries and wise adventurers. Their core mission is to build a highly secure life while continuously expanding through wisdom, experience, and discovery. They prove every single day that you can have roots that go deep into the earth alongside branches that reach high into the unknown sky. So, for the April 25th individuals watching right now, are you ready to finally step out of your comfort zone and let those strong roots fuel your greatest adventure? If you would like a personalized full reading based on your birth date, you can request one using the link in the description or bio. Thank you for watching. Kindly like, follow, subscribe, and share.